Go. All right, good evening, everybody. It's Peter O'Brien here with the Risoli Nations Men's Zoom call. Thank you all for joining us. I am Peter O'Brien, along with my wife, Dinah O'Brien. We are independent consultants and area managers with Arbonne, and we do, in fact, work our business together. And I'm always humbled and excited to be on this call because whether you're here just looking at our business, doing your due diligence, whether you're here to support a spouse or a significant other that is doing the business, or whether you are here to build your business and build a significant income, with this, the opportunity here is limitless, and there is something in it for everyone. So I'm always very excited to be here. I'm very excited for the special guests. We had Todd Harris last week, and I'm not going to go through the litany of people, but this is the place to be, Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. And, you know, and before we begin, I just want to say that if you're looking at this business and you're not sure whether you can do it or not, we all question our abilities from time to time. I'm here to tell you, you can do this business. You can accomplish all your goals, all your dreams with this business because you learn this business as you grow. We always say you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. There's people all along the way, like Luke joining us tonight, to help you there. And it's true for absolutely everyone that's on this call and everyone that you're talking to. Bottom line is you can do this business. And so before I turn it over to Luke, I always kind of open a lot of our in-person presentations with these two questions. And if you've been around, you've heard them before. But they're two very serious questions. I'd like you to think about it as we're going through tonight, as Luke does his presentation. And the first one is, if you keep doing what you're doing now, especially financially, where will you be in 5 years? Will you be significantly ahead of where you are today if you keep doing what you're doing now? And the second question is, if you suddenly lost your main source of income, how long could you live on your savings? That's a question Dinah and I found out, and that's a story for another day. I'll be back in a couple of weeks. I'll do one on my own, and we'll share that story. But if you lost your main source of income today through no fault of your own, something happened, how long could you live on your savings? And that hopefully rekindles or makes you think about why you want to have your own and control your own business. And I'd like to turn it over to a person that has done that. And Luke has a different perspective than a lot of us. And with that, let me turn it over to you, Luke. And please tell everybody, you know, kind of your background and how you, and your perspective on the business.
Well, sure. And thank you, Peter, for the warm introduction. I'm happy to be here. Good evening, wherever you guys are, or if you're listening to the recording, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is there. And I want to introduce myself and kind of be able to give a little bit about my background, but also share a little about what we're doing. So, as Peter mentioned, my name is Luke Huntington, and I'm what's called an independent consultant and regional vice president with Arbonne International. And I want to thank you for taking the time for hopping on live, if you are on live, or listening to this recording. If you are listening to this recording, whether it be through YouTube or through the audio recording, because if you are listening to this recording, or if you're on here live as a guest, please know that the person who introduced you to this and introduced Arbonne to you, or this recording, or this live call, clearly thinks highly of you. Because in this business, what I like to tell my team is that we get to select who we build businesses with. And I like to say, imagine who you would want to have sitting around your boardroom table if you were starting a Fortune 500 company and you need to pick all the top people to be growing it with you. And that's what this same thing is. People who are highly motivated, who are confident, who are successful, who are outgoing. Clearly the person thinks highly of you if they sent you this recording. So going into that, and then a little bit about my background, it's really interesting because Arbonne originally, I'm 25 years old, by the way. So I'm a little on the younger side than the traditional consultant in this industry. But when Arbonne was originally brought to me, or at least introduced to me in my life, I was 17 years old. And I was actually introduced to Arbonne through a family member, coincidentally, happens to be my mother. And when she started doing this business, I had no knowledge on what this was. Neither did she. Most people who come into Arbonne have no idea what network marketing is, no idea or no knowledge on the health and wellness industry, because we all come from all different walks of life. So she herself was a music producer at the time. I was a high school student. And when I first heard about this from her when I was 17 years old, I literally laughed in her face. I thought she was selling makeup and going off and dropping bags of lipsticks off at her friend's house. That's what I thought this was. That's what I thought this business in this industry was. I obviously had a very limited knowledge about what it does. Come 3 years later, when I was 20 years old, while in school, in university, I went to school down in North Carolina. I studied business marketing. Now, it's funny because, yes, this is network marketing, and I did study business marketing, but there isn't a whole lot of similarities because I was taught to go into the advertising world where this is no relation to advertising. But anyways, that's a side note. What I realize is that we are in an ever-changing economy. Regardless if you're a millennial, regardless if you're a Gen Xer, a baby boomer, a traditionalist, from that order, I went from young to older. This economy is not as secure as it once was. It's not as predictable either, where a lot of the people in this world who are the lead influencers, like the Bill Gates and the Warren Buffetts, are saying, going out and getting a job is more risky than doing something entrepreneurial. So many people are looking for a way of being entrepreneurial, as was I when I was 20 years old, but so many of us don't know how. Now, what I found with Arbonne, once I really did my homework and really looked into what this was as a business model, was that we are a part of two incredibly quickly growing industries, the network marketing industry and the health and wellness industry. Arbonne, product-wise, has something that very few companies to no other companies can offer when it comes to quality, and the compensation plan has truly allowed for us as business owners to create an incredibly large asset and create incredible wealth long-term and short-term with the residual side of the business. What's also important to know as a young man, this business is, and we are on the men's call, this business is equally as for men as it is for women. And men typically grow quicker in the business because they don't get caught up in the product. They understand the product is a widget. And because of this, I was able to graduate college debt-free. I was also able to quit the full-time job that I had after I got a job after school, which I unfortunately ended up hating. But this business allowed me to have full financial and time freedom, unlike any other corporate career would allow. I'm not saying go out and quit your corporate job, but the top people in this world say that we should all have at least 7 different streams of income. So this can allow for you to create a significant additional 6-figure income while working alongside a full-time career. So now, with explaining that, what I want to do with you guys, I'm looking at my notes now. What I want to do is I want to give you the broad strokes on the company's history, the products and what makes us different, the industry, and how we are able to make money with this and build an asset. So starting with the history lesson. If you haven't heard of Arbonne before, it's good to know that Arbonne is a 37-year-old company that's also roughly $600 million in size. Now, if you're a guy, to give you a comparison, it's roughly the same size as Clinique. If you don't know what that is as a company, I'm sure you'll be able to meet someone who does. So the other important thing to know is that Clinique as a company is in over 100 countries, where we are just starting the globalization process. So we are in 7 different countries: the US, the UK, Canada, Australia, Poland, New Zealand, and Taiwan. And we're consistently focusing on growing more. Our products are botanically based, vegan health and wellness, personal care and nutrition products that are held to an ultra premium quality at an entry-level price point. Now, Petter Mork, who's our founder, back in the 70s when he started creating the brainstorm of Arban, he was a Norwegian botanist who had a vision of creating better, safer products for his family and for other people at a price point that was afforded by the masses. So what he did was he summoned some of the top chemists from around the world to create his product that was pure, safe, and beneficial. Now, when he decided to launch the company, he launched the company in the United States, so we are a US founded company. But back in 1980, there wasn't the World Wide Web. You know, the internet really wasn't around then. The primary outlet for purchasing a product, or pretty much anything back then, was through going through a store, a retail outlet. However, the problem with that is, since the traditional retail process is very long and expensive, he wouldn't been able to meet the desired price point through the retail model because of all the middlemen that raised the cost bringing the product to market. So what Petter decided to do, sorry if I accidentally said Peter, what Petter decided to do was create a network marketing business model from the start. However, contrary to a lot of the other companies out there in this industry, we have what's been called a non-inventory based business model from inception. That's something that really inspired me to look at Arban, and that's something I'm also going to circle back around to momentarily. So, to talk a little bit about the product. Now, Arban's products, when it comes to the personal care and nutrition, our products don't really have a whole lot of competition. Yes, there are companies out there that make an anti-aging cream, that make an acne line, that make protein powder. But there aren't any other companies out there. If there are, there's very few that have the same amount of certifications that we do, along with not having the harmful ingredients that so many other companies have in their personal care product. Now, this is all stuff I didn't know about when I first looked at this. So this was very eye-opening to me when I first looked at this as a guy. Arban's products are vegan certified, they're PETA certified, they're doctor, pediatrician, ophthalmologist tested, not just recommended. We're also certified gluten-free. We don't have ingredients such as soy, whey. We don't have any GMOs. We don't have any animal byproducts, and we also don't do animal testing, which I'm an animal person. I think that's a really important thing to avoid when you can. We're also free of things like parabens, mineral oils, phthalates, and other hormone disruptors. Now, from a lot of you on this call who are not necessarily health and wellness advocates, and I wasn't one when I first heard about this, I may have just spoken a foreign language to you. I may have just said a couple things that you guys don't know about, and that's okay, because I didn't know it either. What is important is that all the ingredients that I rattled off that we do not have, those are different types of cheap preservatives that companies will use to make the product last longer, but they are far less healthy for us. Parabens, to give you an example, parabens are linked to breast cancer. Phthalates are a hormone disruptor, which cause feminization in men, early puberty in women, and early menopause in women as well. These are ingredients that you will be able to find in a ton of the products you will be buying off the retail shelf. So what's very important is that we start to become our own health advocates. Now, another important thing to know is that over in Europe, they are far more strict with the ingredients that go into their personal care product. To give you a comparison, Over in Europe, they banned over 1,300 chemicals from personal care and nutrition products. Now, in the United States, the FDA, who should be protecting us, they ban fewer than 11 ingredients. Now, as a lot of guys on here, most likely a lot of guys probably don't use cosmetics. I know there may be some gentlemen here listening who do use cosmetics. The FDA actually doesn't have any regulation on the cosmetic industry. Now, this is good to know. The reason why it's good to know is because there are people out there who are looking for products that are vegan certified, that are PETA certified, that don't have these harmful ingredients in them. And what's happening is that they don't have an outlet to find these products. There's this hole in the marketplace that needs to be filled with the demand. So we are able to fill that hole in the marketplace by giving them these products. You know, people are now becoming aware of how they need to be eating healthier, whether it be your organic meats, your grass-fed beefs, your free-range chicken, whatever it may be. They're now starting to become aware of the importance of using a healthier personal care product. Now, the reason why is our skin's our largest organ. When you apply anything to your skin, 65% of it is in your bloodstream and into your major organs within less than a minute. So we need to start becoming our own personal health advocates and start protecting ourselves. Now, what's also good to know is that when it comes to Arbonne strategically has been very smart when it comes to reaching all markets. Because when I first looked at this, like I said, I thought, oh, is that one of those little makeup things? No. We have over 400 different products that range from men to women, young to old, people with that have different, whether it be skin conditions, people who want specific results. I personally started on our acne line. I was using all sorts of a cocktail, as I call it, of acne products to make my skin look decent. I almost went on Accutane. So for anyone who had horrible acne, you know how bad it's got to get before you go on Accutane. Now, Arbonne's acne line was the only thing that worked. Our flagship line is the anti-aging. Now, it is important to know that the men's personal care industry is booming. It's actually a $26 billion industry. So men are now becoming much more accustomed to taking care of themselves. We don't have to be as rough and tough as our founding fathers once were. It's okay to be, pampering ourselves. And nowadays, it's people who are men who are looking good, feeling good. That means that you're successful. That's just the norm. You don't see many, seven-figure income earners wearing ripped up T-shirts. You see them wearing suits. You see them clean shaven. Maybe when they're off getting groceries. But anyways, that's a whole other situation. That's a whole other topic. Anyways, we have product that is able to reach all different markets, which is really important to know. Because if we had only products that were able to reach one market, we'd be sacrificing our business. But since we are able to reach the men's, the women, people who are younger, people who are older, we are able to target all audiences and help all different people with different issues that they may be having. So that's the product. That's the first thing that I saw. And my thought was, if I can start redirecting my spending, because I'm already a consumer of this industry, I'm already going off and buying my protein powder, I'm already going off and buying my shampoo, my deodorant, my shave kit. If I'm able to redirect my personal spending to going online to buying a better, safer product that will work better at a price that I'm already accustomed to spending, am I willing to change my spending habits? Me being a pretty logical person, I said, yeah, of course I'm willing to change my spending habits to getting a better, safer product that actually works better at a similar price I'm already accustomed to spending. So that's where my logic was like, okay, that makes sense. I can see why people would want to start changing their spending habits. So that's the product. That's the overview on what makes us different and how we stand out when it comes to other companies out there. Now, Let's talk about the business, because that is my personal favorite product of Arbonne, is the business model. The business model is called network marketing. Network marketing has been around for years. Quite simply, it's word-of-mouth advertising. We do it every single day, and we do it every single day for free. Think about it. If you're on Facebook or whatever, and all the tens of hundreds of social media formats out there, and let's just say you make a status saying, "Oh man, that Star Wars movie was great. You all got to go see it." Let's just say if 10 people saw your status and they went and saw the Star Wars movie. Now, the Star Wars company, the company Disney, who makes Star Wars, is raking in the cash, but they're not paying you for focusing on putting their message out there. It's something we do for free every single day. And because this world is now a recommendation-driven world. So what's happening is we are now getting paid for doing something that we would be doing naturally for free. This industry, the network marketing industry, is a $183 billion industry worldwide. It is larger than the entertainment industry. It is larger than the sporting industry. And for guys out there who are into those sports, that includes the NFL and the NHL and all those L's. And the gaming industry combined. And basically how it works, to simplify it, is we are simply cutting out the middlemen. So to give you a comparison with the traditional retail model, when you go off and buy a product from a whatever department store, the product has to go from the manufacturer, through the wholesaler, through the warehouse, through the advertiser, through the retailer, and finally to you, the consumer. Now, us as the consumer, we are paying a significantly inflated price for a product that's most likely not very good for us, at a very low quality product, just to pay off all those middlemen. It's not fair to us as a consumer. That's why people are now realizing I can get a much better deal online because it's cutting out all the middlemen. What's happening with network marketing and what we're doing is the product goes directly from the manufacturer to the consumer via someone like myself and a lot of people who are on this call with the use of the internet. The internet changed everything. Now, a lot of people will say, oh yeah, I had a friend who did network marketing and they had to buy all these thousands of dollars worth of product. And they had to sell these products at parties, and I just don't have the time and the money to do that. Here's what's important to know. The only similarity that Arbonne has with any other company in the network marketing industry is that we're all online, we cut out the middlemen, and that's it. Here's where we differentiate. Going back to what I said is that we are a non-inventory based business model. To give you an idea what that means, I do not myself personally, and I don't teach my team to buy multiple thousands, $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 worth of product to then stash in their closets or their garage to then physically have people come over and then hopefully, crossing fingers, purchase the product. That takes too much time, it takes too much money, and a lot of people don't have that. What we are, as being a non-inventory based business model, is more like a try before you buy. Have you ever test driven a car? You're most likely not going to buy a car without test driving it. Same type of philosophy. If we're focusing on creating more clientele, and this is just for the clientele focus at the moment versus building an organization of consultants, what we do is we let people try our product, whether it be through a sample or a full-size representation. If they enjoy the product, let's say they want to purchase it. I don't have to do anything. All I do is I show them how to go onto their laptop, or nowadays their phone, and then get connected to me, purchase the product. Arbonne does all the backing, they do all the shipping, they do all the warehousing, packaging, and so on, get shipped directly through them. I'm not touching the product. I'm not having to schlep it to their house or wherever they are. But I do get compensated for teaching them how to redirect their spending. This is what allows us to have virtual mobile businesses from our homes wherever we are. And now because our phones, our smartphones are so damn smart, you can literally do this business with just your phone. Laptops help, but you definitely can do it with just your phone. This term of us being business owners is called being an intrapreneur. An intrapreneur is an entrepreneur that owns their own business. However, they're underneath the umbrella of a company that has taken all the risks, that in Arbon's case, they do all the research, they do all the development, they do manufacturing, the packaging, the warehouse, and the shipping, the accounting, the marketing. They do everything. They give you everything when it comes to tools that you need in order to become successful. And you have an incredible field of trainers who are here to help you grow your business, because we have people from all different walks of life who are coming into this company. We have people who are doctors. We have people who are lawyers. We have people who are students. We have people who are stay-at-home mom and dads. We have police officers. We have law enforcement. We have professional athletes. For anyone who is curious, I was a semi-professional racing driver. I used to race around the United States. I almost went full-on pro, and it's full sponsorship. And I will tell you, if I was still a professional athlete, I would not use anything other than Arbon's Nutrition, because you should be using a vegan-based nutrition line. Now, that was a little bit of a side note, but the point is that we are our own business owners, and we come from all different walks of life. And what we are doing is we are building virtual type franchises from our phones. And if I'm just a guy you're listening to on the other end of the phone or other end of the video, and you think, you know what, okay, this is some guy who has just been doing this for a while, of course he's biased. We have people in this world, people like Warren Buffett, who own 5 network marketing companies, including Pampered Chef, saying that they've been some of his best investments. We also have people like Bill Gates. A lot of us, I hope, know who he is. Bill Gates said that this is the business model of the 21st century, and that if he had to start all over from day one, right now, in this current economy we are in, he would be in the network marketing industry. That is how big this industry is becoming, and it's producing more millionaires statistically than any other industry right now in this country. Now, to wrap this up, I want to talk about the benefits of doing this business. In Arbon, there are 4 streams of income. The first one is the sales commission. The sales commission comes from when someone wants to purchase product and not do the business. To give you an idea, let's just, if someone wanted to say, you know what, I love these products, I just want to purchase them at retail price. You get a sales commission based on how the person's purchasing the product. The next way you get, next income stream is an override. An override percentage is based off of your level of management, which we'll talk more about momentarily, for helping other people duplicate the system. The third income stream is the Mercedes-Benz cash bonus. And I'll discuss that momentarily. And the fourth income stream are bonuses at every level of management that you're able to earn. Now, here's what's important to know before I explain the average incomes for each level. I don't care if you have 120 IQ, or I'm not 120, 160 IQ, 180 IQ, and you're a lawyer from Harvard. I don't care if you're the janitor who works at Harvard. Everyone has an equal opportunity of becoming successful by doing this business. They're given all the tools, they're given everything they need. What I like to say is, if you are motivated to become successful and you are disciplined to work your business and you treat this like a business, you will see business results. So with that being said, there are 4 levels of management. The first level of management is called district manager. District manager, on average, takes 1 to 5 months to get to this level. And the reason why I say average is because this is your business. You get to make the decision on how quickly or slowly you get there. And It's totally okay. We're just here to help you reach your goals. Now, the average, as I've been told, I've actually been told this by a couple people, but the average time that a district manager works a week is roughly 5 quality hours a week. Now, that can be more or less depending on the week. But the average income can range from $200 a month to around $1,000 a month. It's not a bad poke in the eye for working very much part-time. Now, the next level of management is called area manager. Area manager is where things start to get a little bit more exciting. Area manager, on average, takes people 5 to 11 months to get there. I've seen people do it faster. I've seen people do it slower. The average time an area manager works is roughly 10 hours a week, but the average income can range from $1,000 a month up to $3,500 a month. On top of that, if you're a parent on this call or listen to this recording, this will very much relate to you. Because this is a residual income, basically where we're getting paid off of work we've done in the past, but we're getting continually paid on it, your income in Arbonne becomes willable at this level. If you're a parent, I can only imagine that you want to leave something behind for your children. When we pass away, your business isn't going to die with you, which means that your income, once you're an area manager and above, can be willed to your children consistently. That is the best pension plan I've ever heard of. Now, here's what I like to say. This is the next level is where I like to say is zip code changing money, because this is where you're able to now live where you really want to if you aren't currently. This is called regional vice president. This is where I am currently, and I say currently because I'm not going to stay here forever. Regional vice president, on average, takes 2 years to get there. For me personally, it took 2.5. For my sponsor, the person who introduced me, which I mentioned is my mother, took her 8 months. For a lot of people, it takes them 4. For a lot of people, it takes them 4 years. It just depends on your effort and your determination. The average time a regional vice president works a week is an average 15 hours a week, which I can say is fairly accurate from my personal experience. But the average income for a regional vice president can range from $5,000 a month up to $11,000 a month. You're now approaching the 6-figure realm. On top of that, Arbonne gives you an $800 bonus every single month to drive a white Mercedes-Benz of your choice. Now, I'm a car guy. I used to race around the country. I'm clearly a car guy. I'm not going to be complaining about a company paying for my white Mercedes-Benz. Now, it's your car. You can buy it. You can lease it. You can get it new. You can get it used. You can get any model. I'm thinking my next one will be an AMG of some kind, which is the faster versions. Sorry. Anyways, they're just paying you to drive it. On top of that, because this business model and because this culture is so different from what so many people are used to in corporate America, whether they're bending their position, they're fighting to keep their position from other people scooping it up from them. We want people to get to where we are. So let's just say when someone in my organization also promotes to regional vice president, I'll become what's called an executive regional vice president. Now, what that means when I become an executive regional vice president is that I or you get a $100,000 life insurance policy. It's not bad. Not a bad poke in the eye. Now, to continue forward, and this is what I like to ask people is, for a lot of people in this country, having an extra couple $100 a month could be significantly life-altering. Now, imagine if you had a couple $1,000 a month. Or let's just say if there were 5 figures a month. So to give you an idea, national vice president is a top level management. The average time to get to this level takes 3 to 5 years to get to this level. I've seen people do it faster. I've seen people do it slower. The average time a national vice president works a week is roughly 20 hours a week. but the average income is over $21,000 a month. That is something worth soaking up for a moment. That's why I went quiet. Because that is why I get to say, and we get to say, that we teach people how they can build a 6-figure income working part-time. Because that is what we do. You still own your own schedule. If you want to go on vacation for a month, by all means, go for it. No one's telling you no. Because guess what? Your business isn't stopping when you come home or while you're gone. You get to come home to a pretty big check. That is something that's the beautiful thing about what we do and residual income. And that is why so many people are praising this industry. And that's why Arbonne as a company has been called the darlings of the network marketing industry. This is not little business. This is where we are able to create an asset for ourselves. Now, I want to wrap this call up because, like Peter mentioned earlier on the call, I want to rephrase his question with a statement. 5 years is going to go by in a blink of an eye. You know, I've been out of college for 3 years, and it's funny, I did a call this morning. I said, I graduated college 3 years ago. I'm like, oh my God, boy, okay. For parents on this call, doesn't it feel like yesterday when your kids were just running around in diapers or whatever? I don't have kids yet, so I don't know how to talk about that. 5 years is going to go by so quickly anyways. Imagine if you or someone you know builds a business that provides choices or an exit strategy or more time or a financial plan B that could potentially be your plan A. That is what building this is all about. We all do this alongside of our current commitments. There are people out there who are executive national vice presidents who are building orphanages in third world countries. And by the way, the person I'm referring to is our top income earner who has three orphanages in South Africa and one in Peru. I'll have to make sure that's accurate. But she's a 7-figure income earner, a strong 7-figure income earner. And the reason why I say that is because you get to make the decision on what you want to make of this, if this is for you. Because if this is for you or if it's not for you, it's totally okay. This business is not for everyone. However, the person who invited you on this call, I can imagine they're going to be going to the top of this business because they are dedicated and they're focused. Now, make sure you know this. If you decide this is for you, they will do everything in their power to help you get to wherever you want to go. If you decide this is not for you, totally okay. But just make sure you know you will be watching that person go to the top and hitting their goals and receiving their dreams. So my goal tonight is that I hope I inspired you to look at this more seriously as not just a little business, but something that could create something major with your life. So I want to thank you all for taking the time to hop on live or to listen to the recording. If there's anything that resonated with you at all, please get back to the person who introduced this call to you, because they will be able to answer any questions you have and they will be able to help direct you in the right way. So with that, Peter, I want to hand it back to you to wrap this up.
Well, very good, Luke. Thank you so much. We've had lots of great comments on the chat. Hopefully people have seen that and took part in that. And I just want to say thanks again to you. 3 years out of college. Okay, so for me, it's 30 years out of college. 37 years out of college for me. And so I bring that up because, you know, this is a company who has products that appeal not only, and a business model that appeals not only to me, 37 years out of college. I'm not going to give me my age. I'm close to 70. All right, not quite, but you know, I'm old is the point.
Oh, come on, Peter. You look great.
Older.
You must have some kick butt men's anti-aging.
Yeah, hey, every day, and I need a lot of it. So, you know, but here's, you know, a young gentleman that is very successful in this business, and that's the point that I started with earlier, that you can do this. It's literally from, you know, someone Luke's age through and beyond my age. This is a business that has something in it for everyone. And you just got to be serious with it. I also wanted to touch on one thing, because a lot of people were asking. I mentioned when we started that I'm recording it, and it will be on several Facebook pages. I'll put it out. But all of the men's Zooms that we get good recordings on, sometimes internet connections don't allow it. But if you search YouTube for Risoli Nation's Men's Zoom, you can see all the previous ones, or most of them are on there. And that's where you can find it each and every week. And of course, we will be back next week with Roger De La Rosa, gentleman in Southern California that's just knocking it out of the park. We're going to have him on. And then we've got a series of others that I'm working on getting that are just great speakers. And so I started with a couple of questions, and I'm going to end with one tonight. And I hope you thought of the two that I posed earlier. This last one is simply this. I'm going to put it to you straight. Are you working another plan right now that will generate a six-figure income that Luke talked about, and that will give you the time freedom to live life on your terms? If you're currently working that plan right now, great. If not, let's not waste any more time. Get with the person that invited you here, and let's get going today. If you are here for a spouse or significant other, let them know that, hey, you know, I'm all in now. I get it. I see your vision. I see your passion. I'm here to support you. And if you're already an independent consultant in this business, get with your teams and, you know, tell them, hey, let's ramp this thing up. There's no excuses. Everyone can do it. We can teach you and train you to build a multi-million-dollar business. Luke is doing it. Dinah and I are doing it. And we invite you all to join us. And we invite you to join us next week again, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, Tuesday night right here. And again, Luke, thank you so much. Happy New Year to you. We haven't seen you since the new year. And we saw your mom a couple of weeks ago, and she's just a lovely, lovely woman. We love her too. So say hello to Joan, and we'll see you back here next week, everybody. Thanks for being here.
Take care, everyone.